If you're in the market for a compact action camera, you might be considering the GoPro Hero Session. It's small, water resistant, and very capable. But then you ask yourself, what's the difference between a GoPro Hero Session and a GoPro Hero 5 Session? They look exactly the same. Well, don't worry, I've got you covered. At the time of this recording, you can pick up a GoPro Hero Session bundle that includes a 16GB micro SD card and a handle grip for $179 on Amazon. Link is in the description. The newer GoPro Hero 5 Session currently retails for $299 on Amazon, and I'll update that link if I find a deal on it for you. Keep in mind, the Hero 5 Session doesn't include a micro SD card. Both sessions are 1.5-inch cubes that have tiny black and white screens on top that you interact with by pressing either one of the buttons found on top or on the back of the device. Both sessions come included with a housing, USB cable, and 2 mounting surfaces so you can attach your GoPro. One is flat while the other is curved. Both of the cameras have built-in batteries that will last you between 30 minutes to 2 hours depending on capture settings, if you have Wi-Fi or Bluetooth on, or if you're using the voice control feature. More on that in a second. Both sessions have a side door that opens up and reveals its connection port and micro USB slot. The Hero Session uses a micro USB port while the Hero 5 Session uses a USB Type-C port. The USB Type-C port lets you plug in its cable in either direction and also allows for faster transfer speeds. As long as the side door is closed shut, both sessions are waterproof down to 33 feet underwater. Any deeper and you'll need a waterproof case. On the front of the camera, you'll notice there are screws going all around the lens. They're not just there for looks. Those screws allow you to replace the lens in case it gets scratched or banged up. If you want to adjust the settings of either session or switch between photo or video mode, you first press on the bottom button. You then cycle through your options by pressing the bottom button again and make a selection by pressing the shutter button. There's a learning curve when it comes to using these GoPros, but you'll get the hang of it after a while. Thankfully, these cameras can connect to your phone via the GoPro app. You can adjust all of your settings from your phone, and you can also use it as a viewfinder to help you set up your shots or even see what the camera is recording in real time. Now let's get into the technical stuff. The Hero Session can take photos at 8 megapixels and it can take time-lapse at 10 frames per second. The Hero Session is capable of recording 1440p at 30 frames per second or 1080p at 60 or 30 frames per second. If you're interested in slow motion, the Session can capture WVGA at 120 frames per second with a wide field of view. The Hero 5 Session, on the other hand, can do everything the Hero Session can do, but better. The Hero 5 Session can take 10 megapixel pictures and can even record up to 4K video at 30 frames per second. Also, the Hero 5 Session can record slow-mo video at 720p at 120 frames per second. Now, the Hero 5 Session and the Hero Session have way more capture settings, but I think these are the stats that are going to interest your average consumer most. It is worth noting the Hero 5 Session has way more field of view options at various resolutions and capture speeds than the Hero Session. Which means, if video quality is of high importance to you, and you want to prevent to deal with video distortion or having that curved look in your videos, then you should opt in for the Hero 5 Session. But if having perfect video isn't super important to you, or if you don't have a computer that can render 4K video for editing, then you should opt in for the Hero Session instead and save some money. Aside from video quality, the sessions also differ when it comes to sound recording. The Hero 5 Session has improved microphones that lets it get clearer. Is that correct? I feel weird saying it. The Hero 5 Session has improved microphones that lets it get clearer sound. It also has increased audio range by 10 decibels. The Hero 5 Session also features image stabilization, which does a great job of smoothing out your video. The image stabilization on the Hero 5 Session is taken care of by built-in software, unlike the optical stabilization found on other action cameras or phones. But keep in mind, if you choose to use the image stabilization, it'll drain your battery a little faster. The Hero 5 Session also features voice controls, which will allow you to tell your GoPro to start recording, take a picture, or stop recording. Is it a gimmick? Sure. But it's a well-made feature that is highly accurate. It's even more accurate than Siri sometimes. But just keep in mind, just like the image stabilization feature, it'll drain your battery a little faster if you choose to use it. Now, if you're looking for a GoPro because you're going to get the new Karma drone, keep in mind the Hero Session isn't compatible. So that means you have to get the Hero 5 Session, Hero 5 Black, or Hero 4. So let's answer that pesky question from the beginning of the video. Which one should you get? If you're an amateur that just wants to catch some video of yourself snowboarding, riding your motorcycle, or on your dirt bike, or what have you, and video distortion isn't a big deal and you want to save some money, get the Hero Session. You can always stabilize your video with any video editing software on your computer. If you're trying to capture higher quality video, you understand what FLV means, and you routinely record fast-moving objects, then you should get the Hero 5 Session because of the higher frame rate capabilities. Personally, I've been using the GoPro Hero Session whenever I go out to play paintball. It's small enough that I can tuck it away anywhere and not have to worry about it catching a stray paintball. It's water resistant, so I don't have to worry about it when it starts to rain mid-game, and the video quality it captures is just fine for me. Well, if you made it this far, leave us a like. It really helps. If you like videos like this, subscribe. There's more to come. If you're looking for more product reviews or fitness advice, head over to gymcaddy.net. Catch you guys next time.